And today we're talking about drums. Today, we're going to be talking about something fun. Floor tom conversion kits. And converting your favorite 80s outdated, coked up, big oversized floor tom into something that is much more applicable and useful for modern day music. You don't need to go and buy your favorite little extension of your favorite souped up, super nice, high-end drum set necessarily. You could go get a used power tom from the 80s, make it a fully functional floor tom, and we're going to test that out today. I'm going to be using the Gibraltar SC-GRUC. It is a multi-clamp that is featured on the Gibraltar Dunnett floor tom to bass drum conversion kit, but I don't have any of the crazy stuff from our good old boy Ronnie D. We're just going to be taking 3 of these clamps, applying them like you would floor tom legs and mounts and things like that, like any other floor tom would have. We're going to be using that. Going to be using a pair of the SLTL, these 10mm thick floor tom legs, once again from Gibraltar. And the drum of choice will be this oversized Dave Grohl Wet Dream of a 15x14 Tama Imperialstar, made in Japan, 1982-83 power tom, which, you know, we all know. What are we doing with this? So we're going to be taking this thing right here, and we're going to be creating a floor tom where it will have the prowess and the stick definition of a 14-inch, but a little bit more closer to the power of a 16-inch floor tom. So we're going to put this to the test, see how it goes, see how much I dislike it. I don't like 14x12 floor toms. I know in 2 years' time I could totally be, fibbing, and that would be a total contradiction, but, for the time being, not a fan of them. The 15-inch jaunts I definitely do like, and most importantly, we're going to be testing it out, see what we could do here. Fuck. Oh, wow. Now I'm over here. Ooh, angle change. Anyway, the other thing that we're going to be doing first to this floor tom is we're going to be taking my favorite friend over here, Mr. WD-40, and we're going to be taking a little bit of that to the rim, clean it off. It's a little dusty. There's some stuff around the actual wrap of the drums. Regardless, most importantly, we're going to be taking some of this to that, clean it up a little bit, shine it up, make sure that everything's looking good before we start opening up the conversion kit and going from there. Let's do it. Alright, not perfect, but definitely a lot better. So now let's get on. We're going to first tune this thing up, I guess, and then attach the legs, tune it up, whatever. We'll see in just a second. Let's get it. And now we need a drum set. Hello everyone. I'd like to say thank you to everyone who stuck around, who watched any sort of snippet of the video, whether it be 30 seconds or the full amount that, this video will be. Before we get into the review, I'd like to first just bring up, if you do like this content, or if you hate this content, and you want to like and share, subscribe, or dislike, and rant how much I suck, and why I shouldn't be playing 8-minute drum solos in every video, I'd say go for it. Any little bit helps the channel grow. But if you do like to see future content and be a part of this community that I'm trying to grow here, please make sure to like, subscribe, share, do whatever, follow, and most importantly, hit that notification bell just so that you can get updates on future videos that we'll be making on this channel, and just so for you to stay in the loop. The next thing I would like to say is we got to give a shout out, even though they are not a business partner, nor are they an affiliate or a sponsor of this video in any sort of way, but drumsforsale.com. Look at it there. See the logo, look the website up, you'll see it. It's an East Coast facility, I believe, based out of Maryland. And they're a great website and a great store. They have anything from sticks and accessories to heads, and obviously tools and supplies like this that we used, being the 10mm floor tom legs and the universal multi-clamps. So I'd like to give a shout out to them because they sent things over quickly after having that point of purchase. They were shipped nicely, efficiently, safely, all that good stuff. It was quick, and it was for good prices. Even if it's only $2-3 less than other places, that adds up. If you want to buy 6 pairs of sticks, say that 3 times quick, or anything like multi clamps, new legs for your floor toms, heads, whatever. It's not wholesale price, but it's still discounted, and they do have some good deals. So I would definitely suggest checking them out. Great experience from them, and look forward to moving forward with them for sure, for future purposes and purchases. Final thing that I would like to say is just my little thoughts and conclusions on this floor tom kit. So if I was going to give this a real particular score, I'd give the whole sort of experience and results like a B-, like an 8.3 out of 10. The reason why I'm being so specific is that, it's not the drum. Drum sounds good even with the pitted head, and that's the original head on the drum. So once we get new head, at least batter-wise on there, it's going to sound awesome, even better than, the starting point that we're at with it. I also liked how it fit, not just in a singular sense of a drum, but how it fit within the kit, and how it really does give you that nice sort of precision, attack, and that nice thunderous sound that a 16 will give you, mixed with that, once again, even more precision and clarity that a 14 will give. But obviously, it's in the middle, so it's the best of both worlds. There's enough distance, between, we have a 10-12 and then a 15-18, so you have those 3-inch diameter intervals, which make for, at least in this kit, a really nice resolution between all the drums. They sound thunderous, and it just was really great. My big complaint, let's say, is really not the fault of the clamps. I think that they're purposely supposed to be angled, and they angle a certain way when you mount them to whatever rim. It's not even just the rims. They attach to any rim. I think maybe just bass drum hoops might be an issue. They might be, the width, or, how far they extend out might be an issue. But in terms of double flange, triple flange, and die cast hoops, I think that this drum set, or this drum clamp, will work with any drum set or drum to do things with, whether it's converting a floor tom into a bass drum, which that's definitely what Dunnett and Gibraltar set out to do with these clamps. I know you could even mount splashes on them, like a little boom arm or a little peg that you'll be able to have some sort of cymbal sit on. great idea. The problem is that when you put the legs through them, you're going to have to manually adjust each of them. Both of the screws, it's not going to be like, just some wing nut that you tighten and that's going to keep the leg in place. You're going to have to manually do each of them. It's not as sturdy as the usual floor tom legs, and that's also because that depending on where you mount them, like I did on the bottom rim, the Rezo side, and that lower rim, the legs go from being inwards to like this extroverted outward triangular pattern. So if you're trying to keep your drum set consolidated and ergonomic, like very ergonomic and very positioned in a meticulous way, that might be an issue. I was able to overcome it, but definitely if you're gonna want to do that with like to do this with some sort of left hand side floor tom, or if you want to pretty much use it as like a coaster for all your beers and shit, that works too. Obviously, that's not the point of this, but it's just trying to keep it ergonomic and consolidated enough could be an issue, and just making it sturdy, it's setting it up, all those sort of things. But if you have the time to kill, or if you're in the studio and that's what you're doing, I'm sure it'll be just fine. I've been able to play on it in that configuration from the drum solo, and I've also been able to play around with it in other rehearsals and settings where there's cymbals and bands involved, and it's held up. It's been able to take a beating, and everything seems to be fine. So it's just those little things that didn't pop up on the radar when you're experimenting, and that's the final result. I hate to give grades or anything like anything along those lines to something like this, but it is what it is, and I think it's a great start. Definitely looks to be the start of great little fun new experiments that we'll be trying to do on this channel. Like I said, gear reviews like this, projects like this, lesson offers, discussions about topics, like about any sort of, whatever it might be. You're just going to have to wait and see. But in the meantime, like I said, make sure to like, subscribe, share, follow, all that good stuff, and you'll be able to follow the evolution of this channel and what kind of content we'll be putting out in the near future. So with that, I bid you all farewell, and stay tuned for the next time.